Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Isaac and I'm here to actually review the Nightgowns on Quibi. Nightgowns by Sasha Velour, episodes 4 through 6. If you're new here, I am I'm not off script. I have little notes right here on this side. Usually look over here, and then this is unedited. So you're going to see this is very, very much straightforward. So episode 4 is going to be Vander Von Odd. I am so excited because this is the first person that I've known was on Nightgowns and on other stuff with Sasha Velour. And this is the only person on the cast that I knew before seeing the cast. I watched Dragula from the beginning, season 1. And I think I said this in my episodes 1 through 3 review, that I actually was rooting for Vander. I was rooting for the whole season. So, obviously, they won. So, obviously, they've been doing great. And I've been following them ever since the show. So, to me, I love their drag. What they do in drag is very, I don't know what it's very, they had a great description. It was that their drag is very much like a car crash. That it's something that is hard to look at, but like hard to look away. And I don't think it's hard to look at that way, but it's like something about Vander's drag to me is so like mind-boggling to me, and it's something that like when you look at, you're like in awe, and it always captivates me, and it always makes me like I just fall in love with each look. I just fall in love. Let's just say that. So, Vander has this look, and it's like this heart braids, which I think is really cute. It's like kind of like this heart kind of shape, which has to do with the theme of the lip sync song. Crap, I didn't write the song down. But, Vander basically in this lip sync, staples paper hearts to their body. And it's so like captivating to me because it's like you see the pain and the emotion that they want to display in the way, not only in the way that they staple the hearts, but the fact that you look at the part, like you look at them and they look like they're affected. And there's another drag artist that I know that does like pain inflicting. Their name is Hollow Eve. They were on Dragula season 3, and they're another person that like this pain kind of tolerance thing. I know they're not the first people to do it, but they're the first people I've seen do it in the way that they do it. Like, Hollow likes to stretch their face and their skin and stuff like that, which is really, really cool. But this is about Vander. It was just, I wanted to figure out, maybe they're going to have more episodes, but they were filming something with Vander in a witch costume, and Vander was upside down, and first of all, Vander's costuming is so great, because this is going to be very triggering for some people. In drag, when queens do not wear like breastplates, to me, if their silhouette isn't dynamic enough to where I'm like, the breastplate didn't matter or the breastplate would have ruined it, I kind of get irritated a little bit, because it's like you don't always have to wear a breastplate, but like I just like the shape just to give me some realism. But there is queens that do body shape, their kind of silhouette and stuff kind of helps, or their type of drag kind of helps. And besides Vander, like another queen that I can say that about is like Gigi Good on season 12. Everyone says that her silhouette, we'll get to that in my episode 7 review, which should be coming up today or tomorrow. Today as in April 10th, the day that the episode's released. So I just think that if you're going to do that, my opinion doesn't matter, who am I at the end of the day, But if you're going to do something without that shape, you should at least do something dynamic enough to where you're not thinking about it, or something to make it still look like the illusion. But that is just my opinion, you know. So she was wearing, I don't even know how to describe it. It was a witch's outfit, but it was like cutouts in like the chest area. And then like, it was just cut out. And I was like, whoa. And then like, she was upside down. And you know, Johnny Velour with tech, I'm not going to clap for him this time. He's just amazing. And I like support him 1000% now, because I'm like, how involved he is so wild, and how much he puts into it, and how much both him and Sasha puts into it is so much. Like, oh my gosh. And like, for instance, in Vander's, there's like hearts coming up in the background. It talks about like, it has little symbolisms and stuff of Vander's thing, and we'll get to, and I'll talk about each time like what I think Johnny Velour does and helps with. And he's really great, and I 1000% hope that there's an episode about him, because I'll get to that at the end, because I hopefully they have another 3 episodes, or even more, because I want more. But I hope they have another 3 episodes so that I can even this out. Also, because there's only 2 more performers left, and I think that they would be, it probably is going to be like a closing. But I really would like it to be like 1 episode about Johnny, and like his kind of what he does, and like how he goes through it, because that very much is important in the show. And to me, it's something I would definitely like to watch on Quibi. If Quibi people, you are looking at this, figure out a way to where your episodes are longer. I already know this is all pre-planned and stuff, and all your stuff has been 8 minutes. So that's why I'm not really I understand now, but I'm just like, why 8 minutes? Why 8? Like 10 could have been made more sense. 10, an easy 10. But like, why stop at 8? But that's not really a problem. And then Sasha, she talks about, because she talks about each of the cast in each episode, and she says that she never worries about Vander, because Vander very much, which I've noticed this too from Dragula, Vander comes with a concept in the story. Vander never comes without a concept in a story. Like, never, ever, ever, ever. And you can tell the concept in the story. You can tell that it's been thought about. So I really enjoyed watching this episode. This episode was really great. I cried because of, like, you know, knowing Vander. And I kind of cried a little bit because I understood, like, the meaning of, like, the hearts. Because, like, I felt like, you know, to me, how I got it was that it was like you're putting back the love that people took away from you. But I'm not going to get emotional about that and get into details about that. But the story was really good, and I cried because I was like, oh, like. So the next person is Neon Calypso, who is House of Velour. I was really excited because she's my skin color. And so I was interested because I was like, you know, there's not a lot of people in alternative drag and does different types of drag. And, well, drag in general, a lot of people, we're not going to get into that rant. I'll just leave that rant alone, all the way alone. But I was just excited because I was like, okay, immediately I looked at her because, you know, I relate. I'm going to say drag adopted daughter. Sasha Velour's drag adopted daughter. She is really, really, really interesting to me. Her drag is very personal into her life. She talks about how she's been in foster care, how she lived with like people that didn't really care for her, and how back in her normal place, because she's from Boston, which East Coast, I living on the West Coast, I never really knew that East Coast like states were that close. But then again, California's probably like the size of 3 states. So, Sasha Velour's boy clothes. I almost mixed all those words together. I really want to know where they shop, because like the way that the clothes look, I'm just like, I want those. Probably in different colors, because like I'm not a pink person. I like really blues and purples, but that's because like, I don't know, I'm just weird like that. Well, not weird, but I just don't really like the color pink. Probably a little bit to do with the thoughts of like boys don't like pink and girls, but also because I don't know, the color's not like, I did like the shade though, because it was more fuchsia, and it was this like blouse, and it was like, it was really frilly and like had sleeves. It had like the kind of bellow sweet sleeves that I love it when like something on your wrist is just flapping in the air, and you feel like you're like, you can see your like clothes move in the air. I just love it. I love that extraness, as you can probably tell. So the song is New Attitude, you know. I keep it going from my head to my shoes. Cameron Michael versus Eureka, where Eureka should have went home in season 10. So she does this, it's a New Attitude performance. So her dress is a light up dress, and it kind of goes into like the House of Allure, and how they kind of like talk about people, like accept people, and how I kind of wish she would have gotten into more of like how she even like, you know, not like met, because she did talk about how they found her in a club, and they just seen the charisma and believed in her, and they always brought her back for Smoke and Mirrors. Stop saying Smoke and Mirrors. I keep saying Smoke and Mirrors because I think that's what the old title was. Nightgowns. Nightgowns, nightgowns, nightgowns. Nightgowns. So, very much, the performance was really, really great, spectacular. All her tricks made sense in the song. It wasn't too much. If you aren't gonna watch the show, which I do recommend, she did better than Eureka. Better than Eureka in the performance. She has this dress that lights up, and I want to figure out that fabric, because I seen Christian Siriano. I don't know his last name fully. I know it sounds something like that. He is, I think, I forgot which season winner, Project Runway, but he also is the like mentor kind of guy. He replaced Tim Gunn on the normal seasons. I want to know if Tim Gunn's going to be there for All Stars, if they have another All Stars, but I know they should have another All Stars, because I'm sitting here like, you have way too many people from these seasons that needs to come back, especially the last season. Tell me if you guys want me to review that, because I'll review that as well, because I watch a lot of shows that I can review. But I have that talk when I have more people that watch my content. So, I watched the performance. I understood everything, like how she very much felt at like home, and how she had to leave and run and go somewhere where she can have a better energy and very much do what she wants to do. And the light effect was really good for it, and I like the fact that the lights were the color of the dress was also really helpful. She had this like, I want to say orange creamsicle kind of color, and it was really nice. So the next performer is K. James. He is a trans man. He is the sex symbol of drag kings, and I totally understand, because for a men burlesque, usually, sorry, I saw a notification. Usually, I don't like when drag kings do burlesque. For me, I don't even like it really when drag queens do burlesque. Burlesque is like kind of meh to me, unless you really, really captivate me. And for me, I haven't really watched drag kings do a lot of burlesque, because for me, like, when I think of a guy doing burlesque, like, you're kind of like, already, I kind of a little bit cringe, because I'm like, because when I think of like Magic Mike and stuff, and that movies were oof, like those movies were very cringy to me, but I will say, K. James, I will watch you. because the way you were doing it, it made not only sense, but it was like you weren't noticing the clothes were coming off at first. Like for me, it also could have been like, I don't know, me trying to like pay attention to the like everything, but like the clothes were coming off so subtle that I was like, okay, like, you know, I was just feeling it. Like I was like, okay, I was feeling the tie come off, you know. The song was Man Eater. Not, I thought it was going to be Nelly Furtado's Man Eater, the Man Eater, but it's that, oh, here she comes, that song, Watch Out Cause She'll Chew You Up. I definitely got the his kind of aesthetic, which is like a 50s to 90s kind of like sex man, what like the ideas of sex were, sexy for men were back then. And he's very quiet out of drag, which I heard RuPaul is, but we don't know. We don't know. Drag queens on the show don't know. So, he's married to Miss Malice, which she is in, I think it's called AFAB queen when you're, a cisgender woman that does drag queen performances. I don't know. AFAB is when, sorry, let me correct that. AFAB is when you are, I just totally threw that out there. I am so sorry. Please do not come to me for that knowledge. And please, if you are not a part of the community, that is not true. Let me say that now because I do not want people to be confused as much as they are. But I know there is a term for a woman who does drag queen. That is a drag queen. I agree. I don't think that there's I don't think that you should have a specific gender on doing drag in what type of drag you do. It's just that it has to look different than what you look like. That's how I feel. If I were to do drag, I can't look like this. I should not be able to go on stage and look like this. This has to go, this has to go, this has to go, this has to go, something has to go. One of the things have to go. So that's how I feel about drag. Which is very open mind. Keep that. So I'm excited to see the rest of the queens as well. But we're going to get back into the sex symbol that is K. James. So Sasha is the one that pushes him out his comfort zone, and like I can kind of feel why, because he seems very reserved. So obviously he's going to do reserved movements and stuff, but so I don't know if he was going for like the undead vampire kind of feel. If you play fighting games, which if that would be very, very rare. I don't know a lot of people that play like fighting games in our community, especially the ones like in general besides Mortal Kombat, because Mortal Kombat is very mainstream fighting games. So there's a fighting game called Soul Calibur, which is based on all weaponry, like how I'm going to compare it to Mortal Kombat because of the fact that that one's the most mainstream. How they have weapons in some of their moves. Their weapons in Soul Calibur is all of their moves. Like, all of their moves have to do with the weapons, unless they're kicking, which, obviously, if you kick somebody, that has nothing to do with it. But mostly all their weapons have to do with their moves. Unless some of them doesn't have exact weapons, but more like powers that makes weapons, but that's getting to details. So there's this person named Raphael in it, and he's undead. But, like, they kind of hinted at him being a vampire, but then kind of went back and was like, no, he's not a vampire. But then they're like, they don't know. We don't know when they don't know. So, he has that same aesthetic, like, in his look. But it's, like, made out of, like, a glitter kind of fabric. So, like, it looks very good. Like, I understood with the vibe, and very much so. Oh my gosh, I didn't even go over that with Calypso. But there was a lot of lighting changes and stuff that I'm pretty sure Johnny Velour is is in charge of on Neon Calypso. Like, the lighting changes. There wasn't stuff in the background as much, but her performance didn't need anything in the background. K. James as well. I would say doesn't need that much stuff in the background. There was a cast of kind of like a old mansion and like stuff like that, which made me believe it was like kind of like a vampire feel. Also because you'll see. So he's taking off his clothes, and it's not like very like. And it's funny because okay, whoever did the camera work took a shot of Miss Malice while they were talking. While the song's talking about the girl that will like eat you up and stuff like that, which was funny because they're together. But he's taking off his clothes, and basically it's a reveal to a whole bodysuit that has like this blood on it that's dripping off, and it looked so good and I liked it. And then like it was a nice performance. I enjoyed all three of them. They were really great. I'm gonna just tie it all together. All three of them are really, really great. They're all good performers. I would like to see more. I wish when this whole virus is over, that's probably, okay, never mind. I just thought about something. When this is all over, I'm going to be trying to figure out a way to watch this live because I fell in love with the cast. Like, this is a great cast. And the next person that's coming up, I'm really excited because in Neon Calypsos, we very much got to see a lot of personality come from Neon and from Untitled Queen, which is next. And Untitled Queen's drag already interests me, intrigues me, makes me excited because it's something that's not very about, it's the art. It's art, liberal art. Art is a concept, tenor of parts. I don't know if that was the lyrics, but that song though. But that's very much Untitled Queen. And then hopefully Miss Malice has to be after that. And then hopefully they do like a closing episode. I want them to do more episodes because I want to see Johnny Velour, and then I want to see like all the other performances that they could, because Vander definitely had a second performance with that witch stuff. Definitely had a second performance with that witch stuff. So I want to see that performance. But anyways, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Oof. We'll get to that later. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you don't, I don't care. Thank you for the view. And leave your comment down below and tell me things. You know, your thoughts about this, if you're going to be watching it, if you're not. And I'll see you next time.